welcome to Mining Money, and I'm so excited that you are here today. So, just before we close off our day, just before we go and rest, I don't know, maybe some of you are driving home at this point in time. Um, I just wanted to look at, the question that I feel has been raised last week by a couple of people. Other people sent me an email. Another guy sent me WhatsApp. I don't know where they got my number, but yeah. But either way, one of the things that I found to be very interesting about DIY investors, your do-it-yourself investors, is that we are growing, right? And as we grow, we begin to realize that as everything that is happening, your politics, your anything that is happening, crime and so forth, affects our positivity when it comes to wanting to invest or you know actually practically investing, because there's no investor that wants to lose money. It's like getting married. There is no person who gets married so that they can get divorced, or when they get married they're thinking, yo, I'm gonna get divorced, unless the person got married with wrong motives. But when you look at investors, there is no investors, whether inbound or outbound, that invest in stock markets, open businesses, and so forth. And in their mind, they're thinking, I don't want to make money. Oh, I'm investing so that I don't make money. I don't want to make money. There's no investor who's investing so that they can lose money, right? Every investor invests so that they can be able to make money and be able to grow in their finances. So mining money is all about getting into small nitty gritties, not big nitty gritties, but small nitty gritties of helping people step by step. For instance, the last time we looked into budgets, we looked into how you can involve investing as a principle, in your budget, and say that, hey, from now onwards, I want to be able to invest 2,000 Rand, 200 Rand, 100 Rand a month, and so forth, so I can be able to grow in my finances. So there is no person who wants to invest so that they can lose money. So mining money is all about helping you see other ways in which you can invest and be able to make money and be able to grow in your finances. But other than that, one of the questions that came through last week and that made me want to go live today is that a lot of people, and no, we're not going to be spending a lot of time on this, maybe 5-10 minutes max on staying live. But I hope that whoever gets this will be able to use it and be able to grow. One of the things that I always talk about when it comes to investing is being able to look at the small things. For instance, being able to look at, if you are a DIY, you are a self-investor, being able to look into top 40 companies, just put the list down on your paper and be able to know them and be able to study them, and also be able to invest in them individually. So maybe for the next 12 months, you set aside a certain amount in your budget that you'll be able to divide according to 40 companies which are performing better, top 40 companies, and invest in them. And maybe the next year, you'll look into ETFs, top 40. Then maybe the next year, you'll look into diversifying even fully when it comes to your ETFs. I'll talk about ETFs because when we look at unit trust and ETFs, they're a bit cheaper, when we talk about brokerage fees and so forth. But, one of the questions that came through last week was about offshore investing. Because I always talk about inbound investing. We talk about how you can invest through easy equities in our stock market, in the JSE listed stock market companies. And we also talk about ETFs within the JSE. We talk about unit trust. We talk about a lot of things. So now, today, what I wanted to look at, and I'm sorry I'm not going to show you this, but what I wanted to look at is I'm looking into MoneyWeb, right? MoneyWeb website. I told you I'm going to be sharing with you these tools so that you can be able to get the information that you need. So, um, MoneyWeb is one of those websites that give you proper information about the, 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 the information about business world when it comes to investing, when it comes to this and this. So when I made my research, I looked into offshore, the risks, right? I wanted to look at the risks so that you can be able to know that with investing there are risks. It's the same as opening up a business, or it's the same as going to work, trying to impress someone at work so that you can get more money or promotion. But there are risks, you know. So offshore investing is all about investing in another country, in another currency, in another world. Like for instance, in the USA, when you are living in South Africa, investing in the US market, investing in the UK, investing in different stock markets, right? So the currency, there is firstly, they say that offshore investing offers a number of potential benefits, but it is important to be aware of the risks that are involved, right? So currency risks, for instance, currency risk, the value of your offshore investments can be affected by changes in currency rates. So, as a South African investor, this is one of the main reasons we advise offshore diversification. Our currency is weakening rapidly against major international currencies. Our buying power getting less and less. Today, you need 204 to purchase the same things you bought for 100 rand a couple of years ago. So it's interesting because I spoke about it last week. You know, when we look at everything money, just jump into everything money. I spoke about it that, you know, a lot of us, we need to be able to pay attention to how currency works. You know, we always try to separate forex and stock trading. You know, because we feel like they are separate. But if you look at both of them, they work interchangeably. So you can learn a lot about a particular country when you look at their currency and their political state. So in order for you to invest in the States, for instance, you have to know how much their currency is worth and how much a particular share would be when you buy a share in the States. So that means you now have to pay attention to how much the currency is. So that's why they're saying that the value of your offshore investments can be affected by the changes in currency. So, since we are in South Africa and we know that South Africa is weak against the dollar, if you can afford, you can invest in companies in the States so that you can be able to make more money in the next couple of months and going forward, maybe long term. So that would work for you because of the difference in currency. We know that dollar is stronger, right? Dollar is stronger. So in so saying, you can use the same methodology of looking at top 40 or top 100 companies in the States, which are performing better, and be able to set aside depending on the currency rate, set aside the amount of money that you can afford and invest in those 100 companies. So you can look into S&P 500 investments. You can look into different things, and when you go to the New York Stock Exchange, it's easy for you to be able to diversify because there are there are a lot of indexes, there are a lot of ETFs, there are a lot of companies that you can look into that will bring growth in your finances. So you are looking at, for instance, Apple, you're looking at Adidas, you're looking at Nike, you're looking at Amazon, you're looking at a lot of companies which you can invest in. Maybe say about 100 companies. You can divide the amount of money that you can afford according to 100 companies in the New York Stock Exchange and invest in them for the next year or two, so that you can be able to diversify your portfolio. They speak about, as South African investors, this one the main reasons we advise offshore diversification, diversify your portfolio and so forth. So that would be able to assist you. You see, and you'll be able to uh, uh, um, uh, when South Africa is not performing good when it comes to our stock market or our economy and so forth, you know very well that there is dividends. There are dividends that are coming from another country, which will be able to, boost up your finances. Should you get retrenched, there are dividends that are coming in from another country that will boost up your finances. So also, they speak about political. They named three risks: currency risk, political risk, and regulatory risks. They say that for political risks, offshore investments can be affected by political instability in the country where they are located. We have seen what the Russian-Ukraine war has done to various investment sectors. So, if you have invested in the States, for instance, or you have invested in Europe, or wherever you have invested, whatever political issues happen there, they can affect your money. So, say for instance, we wake up and rand is stronger than dollar. So you have invested about 100,000 rand in the last 5-10 years in the States. If you wake up tomorrow and you find out that, hey, rand is stronger than dollar, you know very well that you're losing money, right? You know very well that when you withdraw your money from your broker and it comes to your account in South Africa, you know very well you'll be losing money. But so all the political risks, whatever happens in that country, whatever what you call this, this movement in my mind, I forgot what it is. Whatever issues happen, for instance, America is going through elections, so whatever issues happen in the States, they will affect your investments and your finances. So those are risks as well. And also they speak about regulatory risks. So offshore investments can be subject to different regulations than investments in your home country. Portugal, for instance, does not allow its tax residents to invest in funds domiciled in, what's this word? Or in Bermuda or Isle of Man. So regulatory risks, you're looking as well at what you call this. You're looking at tax issues. You're looking at you'd find that, for instance, before you withdraw your money, you would have to pay tax in the States, or when you withdraw your money, when it comes to South Africa, tax might be a bit higher. So there are those regulatory risks. So you have to study when you invest in offshore. You have to study and look at if it will work for you. So tomorrow, what I'm going to be doing, and I hope you will check out the video tomorrow, I'll be looking into Ellen Gray, but I just want to look at their investment. They encourage investing offshore. So I just want to look at that page. So here's the thing, right? So I encourage you to invest offshore, but I don't encourage you to do it alone. So if you are a DIY investor, if you are a self-investor, if you're investing for yourself, you're using the likes of Easy Equities, and Easy Equities is trying to make it easier and safer for you to be able to invest in some companies in the New York Stock Exchange, but I would encourage you to actually visit companies like Ellen Gray, for instance. They have, and also I think Citrix. Citrix is mainly inbound. There are a couple of companies, and you can look at banks as well. You look at FNB, you look at NetBank, but today we're looking at Ellen Gray, and tomorrow we going deeper in their website so that we can be able to see what is it that they offer actually. So when we when I don't encourage you to actually just go outside of the country and invest offshore. What I mean to say, I don't encourage you to just use easy equities quickly and just invest in foreign in foreign companies, right? I would encourage you to visit companies like Ellen Gray, sit down with them and ask them, how much can I give, the minimum that I can invest through you, so that you can be able to invest for me offshore. So why? Because we're looking at insurance, we're looking at getting your money back, we're looking at safe investing. So I don't want you to lose your money. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I registered with FISCA, but I don't want you to lose your money. So I want you to be able to be profitable and be able to make money, right? So I would encourage you to go to Ellen Gray, sit down with them and say, hey, listen, I want to invest offshore. How much do you charge? How much can I make, and how much are you promising me that I will make, and where are you going to be investing? So let's look at their website, their invest offshore page. They say that investing offshore allows you to spread your investment risk across different economies and regions. It also gives you access to industries and companies that may not be available locally. Offshore investing may perform better at times than local investments and vice versa. Let me repeat that. Offshore investments may perform better at times than local investments and vice versa, depending on various factors such as global economic conditions and exchange rates. Depending on various factors such as global economic conditions and exchange rates, and are an important component of a well-diversified portfolio. So they tell you the risks, so that you can be able to be aware of what you'll be paying for and what is charged. So you get offshore exposure through our core range of local unit trusts. So they have unit trusts, right? So you get offshore exposure through our core range of unit trust, which can invest up to a maximum of 45% offshore, right? If you want more offshore exposure, we offer 3 options that are suitable for you. The first option is rand denominated offshore unit trusts. So you can use rands to invest in rand denominated offshore unit trust, offered by Ellen Gray and other local managers. Although your investment is priced in rand, your investment performance will be determined by the performance of the underlying offshore and the daily currency movements. You don't need to buy foreign currency or get tax clearance from South African revenues. If you follow this route, you will use investment managers offshore allowance and be subject to standard local investments. So I would encourage you to look into their company and be able to talk to them so that they can be able to explain it further. So the second one is foreign currency offshore unit trust via Ellen Gray offshore investment plan. And lastly, you have foreign currency offshore unit trust via Ellen Gray offshore endowment. The right option for you will depend on your personal needs and circumstance. So there is a compare button, so you can look into it and go through it. So guys, what I'm encouraging you to do is to be able to go onto the website and be able to research and be able to study so that you can be able to know what is it that you are getting yourself into when you're investing offshore. So the whole point of mining money is to be able to give you these tools, these simple miner tools, so that you can be able to have an idea of when, how, where to invest and be able to grow in your finances. I'm trying to look into F&B. Okay. So okay, I'm trying to look into F&B. So let's click on invest. Maybe something will pop out. Um, for yourself. Okay, there we go, offshore. So when you look into F&B as well, they give you their options. They give you four options: global equity fund, global 1200 ETF, global ETNs, global trader. So they say that maximize your time in the market by trading with any of these solutions. Just find the one that suits your need. Remember, in order for you to be able, you can just view the product and be able to get more information. I just wanted to look and see if they really offer it. So they offer offshore investing and they'll be able to assist you. So guys, basically mining money is all about, it's all about this, right? In order for you to be able to grow in your finances, in order for you to be better and be able to experience growth in your finances, you have to and you need to be able to say to yourself, hey, I need to be able to invest a certain amount of money that I can afford in order for me to be able to grow in my finances. Let me put it in my budget. And also, do I want to invest inbound or outbound? Outbound, of course, offshore. And if I want to invest inbound, maybe let's look at the top 40 companies and top 40 ETFs, and be able to take it from there and be able to invest in those two for 24 months. But if you want to invest offshore, I would encourage you, go on to Ellen Gray, look at their products and be able to talk to them, and they'll be able to advise you and give you the proper advice that you need in order for you to be able to advance in your investment growth. So I want you to be able to grow in your finances. I want you to be able to experience financial growth. I want you to be able to experience multiplication in your finances. But in order for you to get there, you need proper information. And Mining Money and Rewake videos is all about giving you the tools that you need in order for you to be able to get to that point. So guys, that is me. Please do hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, comment down below, and let's grow together in terms of investing, in terms of knowing more about where to invest, how to invest, and when to invest. I believe that in order for us, to be able to grow in our finances, we need to be able to have such conversations and be able to say, hey, I want to be able to invest in a particular way, and this is the type of investor that I am. And in so saying, in so doing, you'd be able to know that, hey, in order for me to become the type of investor that I want to become, I need to be able to get the proper tools that will be able to assist me in order for me to be able to get there. Guys, thank you so much. I'm using my phone. I'm not even using my camera and my tools, but thank you so much. Perhaps we'll be able to see each other for the next every Monday when it comes to Mining Money, and perhaps we'll be able to talk about such things and things that matter in terms of investing, so that you can be able to have the information that you need. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and comment down below. I'm a bit sweaty because it's really hot where I am, but thank you so much. Make sure that you communicate with us and be able to help out other people. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.